welcome back. Hang on, I'm trying to pause my music, and I thought I had my control here, and I don't. So, hang on one second. Okay, let's see if that actually pauses it. I think so. Okay. Anyways, I was like, oh, I'll just do it real quick with the control. It's not here. I don't know where the hell the control is. Anyway, okay. Capricorns, what you need to know right now. I just clean my glasses, and once again, they're blurry. It's probably the lashes, honestly, but whatever. Okay, what you need to know right now, Capricorns. As of yesterday, since yesterday, I have been feeling very, 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 very out of sorts. My energy has been just really kind of gross, to be honest with you. I would even say a little bit negative, just really, really, really heavy. And I didn't understand what the hell was going on, right? And so this morning, I was like, oh, I just feel so gross. I don't know what the hell to do. I had so much anxiety, and I didn't know how to fix the problem. And so finally, I got a message. I heard, I needed to meditate, which I'll be honest, I have not. Well, I meditate for my own, but then I also do meditation for my readings. And so I still meditate every day, basically. But I hadn't been doing as many meditations anyway, long story short. Capricorns, it feels like you guys are overly grounded. And when you're overly grounded, that feels really, 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 really heavy to the body. It feels like you're picking up a lot of energy. You guys might be watching a lot of the news. You guys might be doom scrolling too much. You're taking in a lot of negative information, which is normal. And honestly, like, it's really difficult to claim being a responsible adult at this point without actually having to get in information that's needed, right? At this point, nobody can actually say, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the news." And certain news, right? Cuz I don't watch the news. Like, I wouldn't watch Fox or anything like that, or any of those. I go somewhere else for my news, right? Because of what we're going through with all the stuff that isn't true, that is true. I make sure that I double, triple fact check, right? Especially because there's so much that's going on. You don't want to take in information that's not true, okay? But it does feel like you're absorbing a lot of information that actually isn't yours. Remember, the collective energy right now is really messed up. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of resentment. There's a lot of yuck. And this is why we connect to the 4D and the 5D, because we need to release and we need to transmute that energy. It feels like you guys have not been connecting to the 5D enough, and you guys are not transmuting that energy. It might be time to take a break from, that's too many. That's way too many. I'm not taking any of them. You might need to take a break from electronics, from TV, from news, from all of that. Just a small break, or at least start to do it in the middle of the day. I wouldn't do it in the morning because that's not the first thing you want to see, and I wouldn't do it at night because it's not the last thing you want to see or read, right? You don't want to have your night be all of the bullshit that we're seeing in this world and all of the heartache. And I feel like a knot in my chest and in my throat. It's not there yet, but my body kept trying to force me to cry. And I'm not going through anything. I'm going through the same thing as you guys, right? Seeing the horrors of what we're living through. But I'm not going through anything specific for me to want to release. But my body kept forcing me. It was so heavy, and I don't do well being this grounded with all of the air, the amount of water I have in my chart. I'm a Cancer stellium, and then with I'm basically air, fire, and water. And then when I work, I'm in earth energy, right? So there's a need here to connect with the 5D again, for you to be able to release, and also for you to get that comfort and that calmness, okay? Um yeah, there's a need for you to transmute, exercise, move, put some music on. If you need to watch the news, because like I said, at this point there is a need to stay connected to the information, especially with going on. We need to be prepared, right? But I wouldn't do it at morning or at night. And then after that, you take that energy, but then you move around and you move it, right? You don't just sit in that energy, because you just absorbed a ton of energy, and it's grounding you almost to the point where I'm seeing like somebody be buried. That's how heavy it feels, okay? You guys might need to ugly cry too, because that my body was literally trying to get me to ugly cry. And remember, when you cry, you're releasing energy, and you're healing. And so you go from like, you move into the 4D where you start to like transmute it. And then once, if you allow yourself to connect, and you allow yourself to just like do that ugly cry, you connect to the 5D, and you are literally transmuting that energy, and you are healing that energy, and it's moving around, right? It goes elsewhere, right? It moves somewhere else. So yeah. All right, you guys got dealing the relationship with a man. You guys also got tankard, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. So I feel like there's somebody that's coming in or is already in your life, and you guys are going to go out and have some fun, right? I feel like you guys are going to have some drinks, or somebody's going to want you to have some drinks. Just having fun. With this tankard card, though, I would be careful just that you don't over drink. Especially if this is somebody new in your life. You don't want to be doing, you don't want to be, you don't want to have one of those mornings where you wake up and you're like, fuck, right? I think we've all had those mornings. I have definitely had those mornings, right? And also, you want to have your wits about you. Like, you don't ever want to, and not only that, like right now with everything that's going on, again, I'll repeat, this is my channel, I will repeat this. I do not believe anybody should, at least for me, I do not believe in saying no to anything I want to do. I do believe in right, limitations, on self-control, on all of that stuff, right? Now, if it makes you sick, like for instance, for me, I can't have a lot of foods. I'm allergic. My kids are allergic. So obviously I'm going to cut out certain things but that's by choice, right? If I eat it, I know I'm going to get sick, but I'm choosing, right? But if you want to dabble like 1 and celebrate, or 2 days, okay, cool. Move on. Move on. Don't stay stuck in anything that anything that is taking over your life. Anything that is taken away from you, it is a problem. And that includes anything: food, people, addictions, anything, even news. Like we were talking about, it could be that right now you're addicted and you're getting so much information. I do feel like, though, you guys are taking in information that isn't even true. So be careful where you're getting information. There is money coming in, though. But it does feel like you're going to have opposition. It feels like you're either going to have opposition in your work, or you're going to have opposition in a relationship. Maybe someone will go deeper. But either way, you don't have to worry about this. You're going to be anxious about something that's not, you know what I'm getting? It has something to do. For some of you guys, this could be like having to do something with maybe taxes or something. Maybe you guys are going to get a letter or something where they're going to want to, like, they're penalizing you for something. There's something here about like something that you weren't expecting. Lucy, expecting. You guys are explaining, Suzu. Expecting. All right, let's start to go deeper. All right. That's what he said. All right, let's clarify dealing the relationship with a man. It's a man. It's a Queen of Pentacles, but it did flip over. It did flip over as it came out, I'm not taking reversals, but I'm getting very strongly that it came out, it flipped, like it flipped hard. So I'm gonna do it both ways. I am getting now a bigger picture. It feels like there is some kind of mother figure or some kind of somebody that's either having issues where they are wanting like baby daddy, baby mama taxes back, or there's going to be a problem that's going to come in where they're wanting. It's someone here with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It could be that there's someone here that is wanting more money, and I feel like you're coming into money, and somebody here is going to want to. You have more money, give me more money. It's giving those people that I don't want to use my own personal information. No, I really don't want to use my own personal information. It's giving those people that you're getting a certain amount, right, of child support, and then let's say this person starts to make triple, right, and they're building a business or whatever, and they're making more money. But of course, there's more money that goes out, especially because, once more money, more problems. And it's getting a baby mama that's like, oh, you're making more money. Let's go back to court. You need to give me more money, right? I'm going to have to use this example. I have a baby daddy, obviously. I have an ex-husband. And he gives me a certain amount of support for our daughter. Logistically, he owes me about 7 to 8 years of child support, and I could actually take him to court right now and just get more from just what he makes at his job. I'm not going to do that. I'm not interested in that. That's his money. He works hard for that money, and I also want him to be able to have a comfortable life so he can do things with our daughter, right? I don't want him to be struggling so that that he's not able to take care of our daughter as well, right? I want to be able to do the things that we need to do, and that money, it goes towards taking care of our daughter, right? And then whatever else our kid needs. That's just my point of view, though. For this reading, I am getting somebody that doesn't give a shit. It's somebody that wants more money. It doesn't matter. They just want more money because they want more money, and that's what I'm getting. Okay, and I'm getting several storylines, so we'll go with it. All right. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like some of you guys. You guys are very ambitious right now. You guys could be the people that are the ones that are getting money, and there could be somebody that's coming in that has a drinking problem, and I just got somebody's trying to get you pregnant. If you can get pregnant, be careful. Like I said, don't drink around these people. Be careful, and be careful of what they put in your drink. Okay. I am getting that somebody is wanting to come in because you do have money coming in. This is somebody that you are going to be celebrating. This is something to be celebrating, but there is somebody I feel like that is coming in because they see how great you're doing, or peoples, and they're wanting to come in and celebrate with you, but really they don't want to celebrate with you. They want a piece of the pie that they didn't fucking bake, that they didn't buy any of the ingredients for, that they didn't do shit for, right? They weren't even in the house when you were struggling and trying to make this damn pie, and now they're coming, and you asked for help. You wanted help. You could have used help, but I feel like these people were like, nah, we're busy. That's your pie. And now they're like, well, now we want a piece of the pie. Well, now you can right the fuck off, right? But I feel like you guys right now are very ambitious, and you guys are getting into your Queen of Pentacles energy. You guys are making money moves. You guys are focused on the ball. You guys are doing what you have to do. And there is something that's coming in that's worth celebrating, okay? I do feel like there is somebody that could come in as well, though, for you guys. It could be somebody in a masculine energy that does want to celebrate with you, does not necessarily want a piece of the pie. But I would still be careful of any over drinking, right? But there is celebration and enjoyment coming in. Some of you guys might just have, a few drinks, and it's just going to be a celebration. Maybe you guys aren't going to drink at all, and it's just going to be a fun and celebrating moment, right? Where you guys are able to celebrate that things are finally moving. Things are going in your way, because they are. You guys have wealth here. There's money coming in. Let's clarify tankard. Oh, the baby's sleeping. Yeah, the Hermit, introspection. I feel like there's somebody that has been, this could be a Virgo. This could also be somebody that you haven't spoken to in a really long time. You haven't seen them for a really long time. I feel like this person did go into hiding, but they did go into a healing era, a healing time for them. But with the paranormal, with wealth, it does have curiosity. Yeah, I feel like they're curious about your life. But with the paranormal, I would be careful. Like, the paranormal is always a paranormal. Like, you don't know what you're seeing, you know. You're not sure if the ghost is good or bad, right? Like, what is it that you want from me? Clarifying bull, you got the Knight of Pentacles, servitude. Sorry guys, it's raining outside, and I clicked into it and I went into a trance. Like I said, your body, it needs, like, I want to cry now. Whew, uh, with the Knight of Pentacles, you guys love to serve. You guys like to help. You guys like to be able to give. But you guys know better now to be able to be giving to people that don't deserve it. I do feel, though, with the white here, I feel like you guys are going to be careful of what you guys give. You guys are not, it's almost like you guys are not giving to something that's not, you know what I just got? I just got, like, I seen this reel, and it's a reel of them, like, pouring, like, this really old, like, whiskey. Like, I'm talking about old, like, king and queens of old day. And they come in and they, like, have a whole procedure and process, and they have, like, they smoke out the cups and everything. Like, they have them clean and proper. With the white gloves, I'm almost getting like you're going around and making sure that anything you pour into has been sanitized and has been cleansed and is deserving of your aged fine wine, right? Like, you are in giving it, you are of service, but not to the wrong situations, right? I do feel like there are memories here, and they're coming back. They're coming back almost to say, remember this, remember that. With the bull here, you could be dealing with the Taurus, but it is saying there is opposition. And I feel like you guys are going to show a, like, strength and fortitude in this situation where you're going to be like, I can't help you. Like, I can't help you in this, or I can help you in a specific way, and it's not going to be the way that you like, and we're just going to leave it at that. Because there are people that no longer deserve your help, right? Let's clarify Great Warrior over Nothing. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles. You're going to make the right decision, and you're going to start a brand new, you're going to start to, excuse me, you're going to explore this. I feel like you're going to explore this, but you're going to be very careful. You're going to be very careful. You're going to make sure that there aren't stains that aren't stains that you can't cleanse, that you can't cleanse off of this, right? It's giving like when you hear something that's too good to be true, and you don't want to lose the opportunity, but you also are making sure that you are looking everywhere, left, right, up and down, right? It does feel like you are going to make yourself flexible. Like, you're going to make sure that, let's say this person invites you out on a date. Yeah, okay. And then you're going to, it's almost like you are doing your work with doing the Hawthorne effect, right? The Hawthorne effect is you allow people to behave the way that they want to behave, so that they show you what they truly want. And also, that's actually not the Hawthorne effect. The Hawthorne effect is when how people behave when they think nobody's watching. That's the Hawthorne effect. And I feel like you're going to do your best to take it slowly. Explore this, but take it very, very slow and allow this person or this situation, whatever it is, to unfold naturally. And if you see any red flags, you're immediately going to stop and be like, what is this? Why is this? Where is this? Right? Like we're not passing any red flags this time, right? But I do feel like you are being very careful with your wealth, and it is coming in. But because you had things to protect before, but now you have even more to protect. So, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have success guaranteed with good plans and hard work. Yeah, see, you're going to be very careful of who you allow in your life, and you're going to need to have them show you, look, this is somebody, you got Raccoon clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who's a problem solver. They're very curious. They want to learn a lot about you. They're very adaptable, and I feel like this person is an entrepreneur, but they can be mischievous, and they are very clever and resourceful. And I feel like you're going to feel like there's something off with this person, because that kind of energy, especially if you've already been through it, that can throw you off and it can signal a red flag. And I feel like that's why you're going to be on, basically on your you're going to be on watch, right, at all times. But you got heart and mind right here. This is compassionate. You already have everything you need to make the correct decisions and go through this maze without problems. You already have everything you need. You have your heart, mind, and soul are in sync, and your intuition, and you're not going to be led astray by any of this. And it does feel like you are going to it's going to be your compass, and you're going to be able to make the right choices when whatever the situation comes. Yeah, this is a love interest. And they are very curious about you. They're very curious about you. You could have red hair. You could be very fiery. You could have fire in your chart. You could be a Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra. Sorry, I said Libra. I meant to say Leo. I don't know why I said Libra. And then all these cards just fell out. And then it says man, yeah, this is somebody, I feel like this is a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be, can be a feminine in a masculine energy. Fiance, this could go far. I would just be very careful. It's a delicate situation, but this person is very strong in their masculine energy. This person could also have Pisces in their chart. But look, misleading information. You could have been misguided in the past. See, there is some fuckery going on here, and that's why you're like, because I feel like they're not coming in fully transparent. It does feel like they're going to try to, if something has already happened here in the past, this person is going to try to come in and skip over what's already happened. They're going to try to like, be like, oh yeah, let's not, you know, deal with that. Let's move on and let's get to the good part of like, I want to try again, or like, oh, I heard this about you, like, yeah, let's not talk about that. No, that shit needs to be talked about. It's giving like, look over here and not over here, even though over here there's like some bullshit over here. The bullshit needs to be dealt with, right? And you need to make sure that you're speaking your voice. But this is something that's coming in perfect timing. It does need to be spoken about. It's that period. It needs to be taken care of. Whatever that situation is, it needs to be taken care of, and there needs to be transparency, because that is a seed that will grow that can poison any situation. This does have longevity, and it's unstoppable, but it can create disharmony if there's not full transparency. This is something that can stand the test of time, but only if there's full transparency. And then, yeah, this is somebody that's going to be deeply committed. There's an uncommon bond here. Yeah, you're going to have a family with this person. You're manifesting your deepest desire. But like I said, make sure that there's full transparency here, because there could be some things that are not being fully transparent about. Like we need to talk about all of it. It needs to come out. because then it's going to cause problems later, and there doesn't need to be problems later, right? This is going to reawaken lost hope. I feel like you've been hoping for a long time, and you kind of gave up, to be honest with you. All right, Capricorns, if you guys do get offended easily, I would definitely log off now. I do love these cards, especially when the energy is so heavy. I like a kick in the caboose, and this is what these are going to do. So if you don't like being offended, I would definitely get off. I do feel like this could go places. But again, there needs to be transparency. There needs to be all truth given. And of course, people have their right to their secrets and their own business, right? But if it's going to affect you, or if it's something that's like going to affect you in the long run, then that's something that people should let you know, right? Capricorn, whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. What are you guys thinking about doing? Step away from the crazy making diet, and for a hot second, kale and spirulina takes like ass. Eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer. Get some. Obviously don't overdo it on the diet. I always keep getting told it's 5 days on, 2 days off. Make sure you guys are getting like, there's even like desserts that you can have. I found this place that does like these low carb, gluten free cupcakes. Are so delicious. I haven't been able to get any for a while because I don't have a car right now, and it's kind of far. It's like an hour away. They're delicious though. I'm sure you have some wherever the hell you live because they're really good. They're delicious. Also, I have a ton of recipes for like low carb shit that's delicious in my Facebook. So if you guys want to go to my Facebook, my Jennifer Chavez, I have it open. I have it under my name. I post a lot of low carb, gluten free shit in there. Anyway, winning. You got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. See, you're winning. You are winning. You are winning. Allow yourself to just breathe. Unground yourself a little bit, because it feels like you're being buried, and that felt literally like it did not feel good. All right, Capricorns, I hope this helped. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.